The movie is beginning away from horseback bandits several miles north of the Great Wall. The Cavalry release some horses to distract the pursuers while hiding in the desert at night. Tova reveals they have a mission to obtain and understand gunpowder. As they talk to their companions are killed by a monster, leaving William and Tova shocked. They realize is a beast, not a man, and prepared to defend themselves after killing the beast. Wayne suggests they take its hand to learn more about. As the following day bandits chase them again but end up at the Great Wall where they encounter a formidable army and surrender to the Chinese commanders. Commander Lin questions William about the beast's hand which they had taken. Despite William's claims of killing the beast, Lin remains speechless. Another man confirms that story by witnessing green blood on his sword, but Lin still contemplates their fate. Lin questions why William and Pearl are the Great Wall. Wayham explains that they're to negotiate, but Lin wants them dead, although one man opposes. Before decision is made, they interrupted by news of an attack. The general orders them locked up for battle prep in the dungeon. They learn about the town time beasts attacking every 6 years. As that taken to the wall, they see soldiers gearing up. The battle starts with soldiers using fireballs and arrows against the monstrous beasts. Despite the efforts, the beasts breach the wall, and even the queen arrives protected by a dome. As they continue to fight, the queen gives an order and the creatures start climbing the walls. The general declares it's time for hand-to-hand combat, signaling that things will get intense. The soldiers dressed in purple prepare for battle. Meanwhile, William and Pearl realize they're in trouble unless they're fried. A young soldier named Payne notices them, and William encourages Anne to fight Payne. Brave, he attacks the beast, but he gets his. However, his actions distract the beast long enough for a stranger to free William and Pearl. Now fried, William and Pearl join the fight to help Payne. They engage the beast using spears and other weapons. Despite the efforts, the beast remains relentless. Eventually, with teamwork and strategy, they manage to kill the beast. The queen orders all creatures to retreat. Lin and the generals approach William and Pearl, who drop their weapons. Surprisingly, they are praised by the general and are allowed to rest in the back barracks. Later, they are awakened by the stranger. Sobad approaches William and Pearl, asking why they're there. Bake Spain. The searching for gunpowder ballot mentions he came to China for the same reason 25 years ago and warns them that finding the gunpowder and staying alive are two different challenges. Later, they're invited to a banquet in the general's name. Another general question is why Wayham uses a simple bow. Wayham defends his weapon's effectiveness, and the general challenges Anne to prove it. Wayham demonstrates his skill by shooting arrows to suspend the cop on a column, impressing everyone at the war. Lynch shows William a device they used in battle but he didn't due to his past experiences. Ballad then shows them the gunpowder and warns them about its dangers. He advises them to leave, and the battle begins. During a tense confrontation, we miss question about the mysterious Dundee carries, claiming he merely stumbled upon it. Strategist Wine then recounts an ancient legend of an emperor as greed unleashing the terrifying beasts from a meteor-struck mountain, warning of the dire consequences should they reach the wall as they face 90 attacks and strategize and war meetings. Wayne proposes capturing a beast to test the stone's power amidst fog-covered mountains. They set a sedative trap, but chaos ensues as the beasts launch. As surprise the souls, William's archery prowess becomes crucial despite initial hesitation, leading to a plan to alleviate the beasts. Lin instructs William to take the arrows that make a sound with the wind to hear the approaching beasts. He jumps down the chain. More arrows whiz past him and hit the town. Same wind ties up the sleeping but as it attacks suddenly, he manages to kill one beast but is surprised by another from behind. Thankfully, Para comes to his aid. They kill one of the creatures but realize fire isn't stopping them. William shoots arrows into the air and Lin prepares weapons with black powder. The exploding arrows repel the beasts and soldiers collect them to take them inside. Later, when wakes up as the trying to heal him and lentils, and that Pearl is okay. She questions why he went beyond the wall, and he says it was because of trust. We met his black powder on his fingers, which worries Land because it's a terrible weapon they hope never to use. She fears that human greed will cause devastation with the gunpowder. Before leaving, she tells him to forget what he saw. Moments later, everyone surrounds the beasts with spears and one places the stone near them. Observing the result, the beasts become dead, so surprising everyone. But Wen is even more shocked when someone suggests sending one to the capital. He argues they should study it there, but it's an imperial order. The captured Tot is taken away and everyone prepare for battle again. Pearl and Ballad decide to leave, and Bad questions how William knows he won't betray them. Him admits he doesn't know. Later, when finds they disappeared and a hole in the wall suggests they've escaped. Meanwhile, soldiers explore a cave beneath eye wall indicating the tough eye have access to the capital. Lin and the generals discuss the situation and decide to use water balloons despite not being thoroughly tested. Ballad and Pro try to blow up the gates but fail when they investigate. An explosion occurs, pushing them back when he exits and rushes to the scene, followed by a soldier he saved he finds, then stealing weapons and preparing to flee. They try to convince him to join them, but he decides to stay and fight. Pair believe that Doomed have no reason to wait when refuses Paro's plan to flee and decides to stay and fight. They knocked him unconscious and leave him in the capital. Meanwhile, the Kachidotai is brought to the Emperor, who is told about the importance of the magnet. However, they don't know what's coming. William is brought to the generals, and Linwei tries to explain, but she refuses to listen. Paying defends him, and she orders William to be imprisoned, or they go after the escapees. Ballad betrays Pro and steals horses from the war. All the war balloons take off, but some fail. Eventually, Lin's plan fails, and William is released, informed that the Tongue-Tai are approaching the capital. Letter says he must be released because the world is about to end. William asks where she is and notices the balloon still in the sky. He learns that killing the queen is the only chance of survival, or him and his friend go after her, and a balloon. Ballad is captured by bandits and tied up. When his black powder falls into the fire, it causes an explosion. The soldiers arrive at the capital and are greeted by many tough. A little fights the beasts, but is overwhelmed until William rescues her with a balloon. They float for the city with the beasts chasing them. One gives Lin a grenade, which she throws at a beast, causing it to explode. She questions why William is this, and she didn't release him, but they have no time to talk as they find the queen. They land and are met by the Emperor's gods. They go to the Emperor, who tells them it's too late, but they suggest killing the queen might as they can to send the captured beast to its queen in a desperate attempt to kill the queen. That kinds of blow her up by sending the captured beast close to him. They take it through underground canals, facing attacks but managing to save. Then man that with injuries we checks on his injured friend, who shows him he'll survive. They press on, intending to return for him later. When the Tata finds them, the young man sacrifices himself by blowing himself up, ensuring they can continue with the plan. They prepare the captured beast and open the doors before retreating slowly, with the Mimes initially wanting to attack them. The magnet repels the beast and leaves. They watch as it's taken to a circle where the queen is. William and Lin climb to the top of the tower to get a clear shot while staying with the magnets of the door. Their shot misses due to the queen's protection, and as they climb higher, the queen sends of creatures to attack the tower. One throws the magnet, but he's killed right after, leaving William and Lin to face the queen alone. Despite the efforts, the queen deflects their shots, and just as they're about to be killed, they jump from the tower, narrowly escaping. William throws the magnet, and Lin takes the final shot. The queen's was the explosive powder, but fails to stop the impending destruction, and she explodes, causing the Tongue-Tai to fall without a queen to command them. Sometime later, back at the Great Wall, when finds Paro's shackled, they job before William reveals he chose to take Para home instead of the back powder. He'd freeze Paro, who's shocked by his choice. As they had him, they're escorted out of the wall, and William looks back while Lin watches him leave. Paro asks if he wants to return, and Wei An says yes, but doesn't trust that his friend will make it home safely. Guys, thanks for watching this movie recap. Subscribe the channel and watch more unique